Good evening, and welcome to another episode of Number One National Business Talk Show. I am your host, Tandi Jabu, and we wish you thanks. I want to thank you for allowing us in your homes this evening. And before we get started on our show, we want to give a special shout out to Mr. Henry Tyler, who had a birthday party here at this station yesterday. I was here. A lot of the personalities from TV33 were here. And we just had a wonderful time celebrating and reminiscing. And I tell you, as someone that's new to TV33, I was in awe of the history of TV33. And I tell you, I am so proud to be part of TV33. And I want to thank Mr. Tyler for allowing us to come on and share space with him. And I tell you, I said yesterday, and I'll say it again, that man is an icon. He is an icon. And I'm blessed to know him. And again, I encourage you all that's listening to support this station. Support this station because it does indeed support you. And without being remiss, the gentleman to my left, it is also his birthday. This is Brother Robert, who is not only our co-host, but he's the birthday boy today. So I say happy birthday to you, Brother Robert.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. And I'm not going to ask you how old you are because that's disrespectful. But happy birthday, and I hope you had a wonderful time today.
Wonderful time with the wife.
Okay. Wonderful time with the wife. Can't do it any better than that. Okay. So we here at Number One National, again, we're a business talk show, and we want to invite you to call in. Please, the call-in numbers here are 313-868-0342, also 313-868-0351, and 313-868-4336. Please give us a call. We are interested in knowing what you feel about Black-owned, Black-operated businesses, about Black people spending their monies within the Black community and circulating our dollar as far as it can go. Just keep circulating it and just buying and buying and buying and buying Black. So we want to invite our listening audience in today. Again, the call numbers are 313-868-0342. We have 313-868-0351 and 313-868-4336. So I want to turn it over to Brother Robert here today, and just so that we have an understanding, Brother Robert, in the light of what's been going on in the NBA with, I'm going to say Mr. Sterling, just because he's been disrespectful to us. We don't have to share that. We don't have to reciprocate that. Mr. Sterling has said some very derogatory things about being pictured with Black people and how he feels about the people that he gives houses to and he allows us to play and all of that. And do you think that is a reflection of how most Caucasians feel when we spend our money with them?
Well, first and foremost,
speak in the mic.
Hi. First and foremost, it's not a surprise. It's not a surprise from him or any other like him that he would say such things about our people. What happens is that the Willie Lynch syndrome amongst our people and amongst the superiority complex that they have against our people have always existed. Black people in America, we've always wanted to see or turn the other cheek, and we have taught to turn the other cheek when it becomes us against them or them against us. It's unfortunate that when we spend our money amongst them always, is that they really don't care about who spend money with them as long as they get the money. They do not give back to the community. So that's what we need to ask. What have he contributed from us coming to see his games, his teams play? We may support the players, but you cannot support the players without supporting the owner of the players.
That's right.
So actually, no matter what you may think about him, if you participate in another game, pay for a ticket, pay for a hot dog, pay for a drink, pay for anything that deals with this man, you support him and his belief. So therefore, we must understand that this is how it goes on in the inner city as well when we have people outside of our community setting up businesses in our community. They only come in to get the money and leave. And most of us don't even care how they think about us, but they do care how they think about us. So we must always pay attention to business practices of others as well as amongst ourselves, because a lot of us, we are very, very, very dependent upon our suppliers, in which most of our suppliers are Caucasians anyway.
Yes. Now, make it clear, we're not racist here. Well, we can't be racist because we don't have any power, but we're not prejudiced. We're not trying to cause some type of war, for lack of a better word. All we are trying to encourage our own people to do is to buy black as often as possible. Okay, that's what Number One National is about. We want to circulate our own dollar within our own community repeatedly, as often as possible, and not give our money to the other minorities, the other ethnic folk that come into our communities, and we spend our money there, and they pull guns out on us and tell their friends not to be pictured with us. Okay, so that has to stop. And we at Number One National, we want to begin a campaign here in Detroit, in the Detroit metro area, where we buy from each other before the dollar leaves our community. Okay, buy from our stores, our gas stations, or just buy from our own. Okay, and that's what Number One National is about. Am I correct, Brother Robert?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
One of the things I like to mention is that I was talking to a gentleman the other day, and I was speaking. Matter of fact, he's a black-owned and operated business here in Detroit, and I like to mention him by name, Mr. Waterman Printing,
Mr. Waterman.
over there on 6 Mile and Wyoming. And I was speaking to him about some things. He's an older gentleman. This business been in there in business for a while. And I was telling him what my grandfather used to own in the city of Detroit. At one point, black people used to own gas stations. I mean, plenty of gas stations. The corner stores, we used to own the corner stores. But at that time, when we had oil coming in, they had the free trade agreement. And what happened is that we had people outside of our community coming into our community actually buying those businesses outright. I mean, cash. So we didn't turn it down. So we ended up selling many of the corner stores you go to today. Black people used to own. Many of the gas stations you go to now, black people used to own. So don't think for a moment that we didn't own anything in Detroit. And that's what Number One National is trying to regain.
That's right. And we want to support our own, and we want you to support your own. And just join our campaign, Number One National, just buying black. And at this moment, we're going to take a commercial break. And please come back with us here at Number One National, and please enjoy these commercials. Thank you so much, and see you after the break.
Let Number One National fulfill all your advertising and marketing needs. Get listed in Number One National Black Business Directory. Do you have an online web presence? Number One National can build you a custom website and develop a commercial for your business and gain attention with an email marketing campaign. Visit us at www.numberonenational.com or call us at 313-949-7798.
Okay, thank you so much. We hope you enjoyed those commercials done by our own Brother David. Brother David is also up in the house with Number One National. He does all of the graphics and He can build you a website. He can do some commercials for your business. So please, patronize us. Definitely patronize us. You will get quality work. Now I'm going to turn this segment of the show over to Brother Robert, because since we're about Black-owned and operated businesses, we've had guests on here before talking about their businesses. We were remiss here to forget, and remembering tonight, that Brother Robert has his own business. Brother Robert's business is called Your Community Lawn Care. And Brother Robert, can you please just tell us a little bit about your own Black-owned and operated business?
Sure, no problem. Your Community Lawn Care, that began about 6 years ago, and I initiated when I come to realization that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad had taught us to do for ourselves.
That's right.
And he said, do for self or suffer the consequences. I didn't quite understand what that meant at the time. Suffer the consequences if you don't do for yourself. So I was under full-time employment. I was making roughly about 15 some an hour from my employer, and I had nearly 100% attendance record, no write-ups, and it was an at-will employer. I wasn't under any union.
Okay.
And they fired me without cause. So typically they don't need to give you an explanation, but I wanted one, but they never gave me one. But they didn't care whether I had bills to pay, a mortgage to pay, feed my children, feed my wife. They didn't care anything about that. So, but I remembered that, hey, I have a skill.
That's right.
I went to a trade school and received a certified mechanic, small engine repair. So I used to go, and people used to throw away their lawnmowers and things like that. And I used to grab those lawnmowers and fix them up.
Wow.
When I started fixing them up, I said, well, let me just go door to door and see, can I cut some grass?
Wow.
So it started just like that. And it started within my community. So I said, well, if it started within my community, maybe I just name this Your Community, because this is your community. I'm not going outside of my community trying to give my money, my dollars, my energy outside my communities. I thank everyone in the city of Detroit who support Your Community Lawn Care. That's very important to me. And we didn't neglect to speak about Your Community Lawn Care at the beginning of the show when the show began. What happens is that as my desire is to help other people, I put that on the back burner. I didn't want to come on the show and talk about Your Community Lawn Care. I wanted to speak about Number One National, what Number One National can do for you.
Right.
So it didn't have anything to do with that. But yes, I'm a lawn care provider, so I would assist you in that anytime. Just call Number One National. Number One National has my number and what we do. So that's how Your Community started. They don't care. They didn't care whether I had a family to feed, but I care. I had a family to feed, and I knew I had to do something about that.
Well, I tell you, I think that's a very inspiring story, because so many of us, when we lose our jobs, we just fall apart. We turn to drugs, we turn to alcohol, we turn to the streets. And I commend you for digging within yourself and tapping into that genius that you have to develop your own business. Now, I'm curious, what advice can you give to somebody that perhaps they're out of work and maybe thinking about doing something desperate? What advice can you give them, since you've actually walked in their shoes?
What I understand is that there's always something to do. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, do not ask people or beg people to do for you what you can do for yourself. Right. You can do plenty of things yourself. All you have to do is exercise your desire and will to do it. If you can put a light bulb in a lamp, you can get paid for putting a light bulb in a lamp. If you can take trash out, believe me, you can get paid for taking somebody's trash from the backyard to the front yard. Believe me, all these businesses that have dirty parking lots, you can get paid for cleaning up their parking lot. I mean, there are ways that we can make money in a legitimate manner and get paid a lot. All it takes is your desire to go out there and make it legitimately and come back, save that money, and get you the proper equipment where you can expand. So those who are looking for work is out there just waiting on you to tackle it. That's all it's doing.
I love that. And I love the enthusiasm that you have. And I guess because you run your own business, you have every right to be enthused by that, and that's exciting, because that's what we want to breed here at Number One National. If you don't have a business but you have a skill, we could help you with an LLC to get you licensed. It's a tax write-off. So anything you have to purchase for your business, you write it off and you get a large percentage of that back at the end of the year, or at least around tax time. So please, tap into yourself, tap into the skill that you have. And we here at Number One National, we're here to support you. We're here to help you in any way that we can. Again, if you want to give us a call and talk about Black-owned, Black-operated businesses, our call numbers here are 313-868-0342. Again, that's 313-868-0342. And if you are a Black business owner and an operator and you would like to reach Number One National, you can reach us at our number at 313-949-7798. Again, that's 313-949-7798. Our website is no1national.com. Again, that's www.no1national.com. We also have a YouTube channel. You go to YouTube and you just put in Number One National. You got to spell it all out, NUMBERONE, National. And you will see past shows. You'll see other services that we provide. So please give us a call. We would love to promote your Black-owned and operated business. We would love to help you get started in business. So Brother Robert, just back to you. So you said you started 6 years ago because you lost your job. What about, did you ever, I don't want to say regret, but did you ever have a time when you were like, oh my goodness, things aren't working the way I want them to? Did you ever have any remorse about starting your own business?
Well, no, but
okay.
My wife, that's my wink to you, baby.
Oh.
My wife, she kind of like looked at like, one thing you don't do, if you don't walk away from something if you don't have anything prepared to go to.
Very true.
So that was my only regret, because I didn't have anything to go to thereafter. But having my wife to motivate me and encourage me, I got out there. I know I need to take care of some stuff, so I went out there and took care of what I needed to take care of. So that's how that started. But I noticed that when people do have and walk out on their own businesses, what happens is that they are still employed.
Right.
And a lot of them can be successful if they walk away from their employment. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of things is that we feel uncomfortable walking away doing something for ourselves when we already have a safety net under us. So we can't, the Bible says like this, you cannot serve two masters.
That's right.
For you will love one and hate the other.
Yes.
And that's one thing that's going on now, is that if you are an entrepreneur and you have your own business, that what you have to understand is that you have to walk out on your faith. And on that faith, you should be able to sustain whatever you need to sustain.
Excellent. We see we have a caller, but we have to go to a commercial break. Caller, please stay on the line. We're going to get to you after this commercial break from Number One National. Please come back after this commercial break. Thank you so much.
Let Number One National fulfill all your advertising and marketing needs. Get listed in Number One National Black Business Directory. Do you have an online web presence? Number One National can build you a custom website and develop a commercial for your business and gain attention with an email marketing campaign. Visit us at www.numberonenational.com or call us at 313-949-7798.
Okay, welcome back to Number One National Business Talk Show. As we promised, we want to hear what you at home have to say. So we're going to take our first call ever. This is our first time on the switchboard. So, caller, go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. How are you, caller?
All peaceful. How about yourself?
Oh, we're fine. Thank you so much. How can we help you today?
Good. I just had to support what Brother Robert was speaking about, our father, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
All right.
Honorable Elijah Muhammad, for his departure in 1975, it was estimated that he had over an $80 million empire.
True.
And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who a man who only went to the 4th grade as far as education, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad did understand what black people did. No other black leader has ever done.
True.
Yes.
You think about he had his own planes, he had his own ships,
Wow.
he imported more fish than any nation on
That's
the planet.
right.
He had the largest newspaper in the world. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad always said, get up and do something for yourself.
That's right.
And as Master Rob Muhammad said before he left, get up and do something for yourself.
Yes.
And when you think about that, we have a gift in our midst, the most honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan,
That's right.
Yes.
who is also a mercy.
That's right.
And we don't have but a short time to work. And if we don't come together as a people, with Minister Farrakhan being in our midst, who is a mercy and a gift from God, we will, as Brother Robert say, suffer the consequences. We are actually 100 years up from 1914, which was the end of Satan's world.
That's
We
right.
are actually 100 years up from that. This is 2014. Continue to watch the forces of nature, understand what is taking place in America, and the threat of war all over the planet, and then you will begin to realize how serious the moment is. We don't have long.
I hear you, brother. I know who you are too, brother. I recognize that voice. Long time, brother. I miss you, brother.
Yes, sir. I miss you too, black man.
Oh,
All right, thank you, brother.
Yes, sir. You all have a blessed day.
You too.
thank you so much. Thanks for your
Alaikum.
support. Caller, are you there?
It's another caller.
Caller?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. So we want to thank the brother that just called us. Please feel free to give us another call. You can call us at 313-868-0342. Again, we here at Number One National, we want to encourage black people to patronize black-owned and operated businesses. We want to help you start your own business. And if you're sitting at home saying, oh, I can't do nothing, sure you can. Sure you can. If you know how to paint, maybe not how
That's
to
right.
fix a car. But the brother here was saying he knew how to fix motors, right?
Yes.
And so he found some abandoned lawnmowers and started his own business. And this is something that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches. So it's one thing just to talk about it. It's another thing to put it into action. And I think you are just a wonderful role model, Brother Robert, because you're putting the word into action. And that's what all of us need to do, put the word into action.
That's right.
Yes, sir. So as we continue, just to let you know, our call numbers here, 313-868-0342. If you would like to join in the conversation and talk about black-owned and operated businesses, black people patronizing black-owned and operated businesses, or even so, why we don't. Okay, but we here at Number One National, we want to try to change that. We want us to patronize ourselves. And one of the things that we want to do here at Number One National, once we find out where all the black-owned and operated businesses are, we want to put them in a directory. We have our first Number One National Black Business Directory here. We have humble beginnings, but Rome was not built in a day.
That's right.
And we're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to contact black-owned and operated businesses. And at this time, I know Brother Robert wanted to give some shout-outs to the brothers and sisters that have already supported Number One National.
Yes, of course. First and foremost, we would like to thank Muhammad Mosque Number One
Yes.
for their support of Number One National under the leadership of Student Minister Troy Muhammad. We would like to thank Courtesy Crowd Control Incorporated. We would like to thank Make It Happen Martial Arts, which is fantastic, by Grandmaster Bernard Muhammad. We'd like to thank Available Geeks by David Muhammad of Shore. Five Links with Sister Zora. We had her as a guest last week. Brother Nate at Wear It Again, which he has fantastic suit wear that you can wear, professional wear. Contact him. We have Cold Tech Appliance by Brother Majid, which he will be on the show next week, God willing.
Amen.
We also have a few more short lists. We have the People's Gourmet Catering by Brother James. We have the Real 9 by Brother DeMarcus. We also have some food, delicious pies and other pastry items by Cutie Pies and Masuni Treats. So we have a lot. Oh, of course, we have Pleasant toilet tissue. I know you heard about that over the months and years of Pleasant toilet paper. So participate in that and share that. We also have Sister Brielle's fashion. So it's a lot of support that we have with Number One National. Just come on and join our team, and we will make sure we get your business broadcast, make it known, and we will go business to business.
Okay, we have another caller on the line. We got to make it quick because we're almost out of time. Go ahead, caller.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening. How are you, ma'am?
I am good. I noticed you all are a new show. I caught you last week, and you were just going off, and I said to myself, did they say what I thought they said, which was about black businesses supporting black businesses and that whole thing?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I see you guys here again, and now I'm looking at your entire show, and I'm like, this is interesting. And you gave the website. I just went to it by way of my cell phone, and so far, I think this is a good thing. I think, I saw your commercial. I like the fact that you seem like a full service, and more than anything, you seem to have good customer service.
Thank you. Thank you.
I actually talked to you. I'm assuming it was you, young lady. What is your name?
My name is Tandi, and caller, I'm so sorry. A producer is telling us that we have to wrap it up. So can you please give us a call at 313-949-7798. I'd be happy to talk with you. Or feel free to call back. We're here every Monday at 7 o'clock. I would love to have you call again so we can get your question out. I apologize. It was my error for taking a call so late in the hour. So please. Okay, we got to wrap it up. Ma'am, thank you so much for your call. Thank you for everyone that called. Please join us here next week, Monday at 7:30. At 7 o'clock, my bad, for Number One National Business Talk Show. Thank you so much for having us.
Let Number One National fulfill all your advertising and marketing needs. Get listed in Number One National Black Business Directory. Do you have an online web presence? Number One National can build you a custom website and develop a commercial for your business and gain attention with an email marketing campaign. Visit us at www.numberonenational.com or call us at 313-949-7798.